her hands and was about to leave. His distant figure. Lisa hesitated before finally following him. Without the warmth of the blanket, she wouldn't have lasted the night. So Lisa was forced to go on a journey to find a way out. After a day and a night of crawling, the two arrived at the edge of a cliff. With every step they took, they had to watch out for the rocks beneath them. If they were not careful, they could fall off the cliff. As they walked, Lisa noticed that there were fewer and fewer rocks underfoot. They had reached the end of the cliff, under his feet. So he had an idea. That is to jump into the tree, using his inertia to cushion his way to the ground. And so he did. He leapt into the tree. He jumped straight up onto the branch. After reaching the ground without incident, the man called out to Lisa to follow his method of jumping into the tree. Although Lisa refused, but by now there was no way out, so she leapt up into the tree. After 2.5 weeks of tumbling, Lisa eventually made it to the ground. After a short rest, the two of them, they were back on the trail again. They had to reach the top of the mountain before they ran out of supplies. Across a sandy area, the man leads Lisa to a cave where they can take refuge, but just as he is about to give Lisa the good news, suddenly they find an avalanche coming towards them. The next moment Lisa is buried alive in a snowbank. If they didn't dig her out in time, Lisa would soon freeze to death from the excessive room temperature. It's all over now. The man couldn't care less. He dug Lisa out and dragged him straight into the cave. I don't know how long it took. Lisa woke up from her coma. It turned out that the man had used his residual heat to save her. The two of them grew attached after this incident. A few more days passed in the dark cave. Both Lisa and the man regained their strength. They were sure they could make it to the top this time, so they took their tools and set off on their journey. After an unknown period of time, they made it out of the snowy mountain. They came to a green field. There was a river in front of them. Where there is water, there must be people. The man is excited and comes to the edge of the cliff, but the next moment his foot slipped and he fell straight down the cliff. Lisa came to the bottom of the hill to check on the man's injuries. His right leg had been broken in half. They were about to be saved, but the man had become a liability because he had lost his footing. Although Lisa didn't give up on the man, but she helped him on his way to the river. But the man knew he would not make it out of here alive, because his broken ribs had punctured his internal organs. He would be dead even if he got out. So he asked Lisa to take his trust with her. He had to get out of here alive. With the man's reassurance, Lisa finally had to follow his advice. She walked alone in the direction of the river, crossing the swift river. She walked for another day and night without any food to supplement her diet. Eventually, exhausted, Lisa passed out on a road. When she woke up again, she was in hospital. A passing driver had rescued her. The rescuers followed her trail and eventually managed to find the man, but unfortunately his injuries were too severe. He was not rescued. Before he died, the man wrote a note and gave it to Lisa. It was simply a few words. I hope she will live a good life instead of me. This is the end of the film.